My mother remarried. Apparently, the guy's an old acquaintance of hers. He runs a company and has a daughter a year older than me, or so I've heard. Don't people usually meet before their parents get remarried? And why does he want me to come to his company to meet him? There's something strange about all this. My name's Shinji Urugami. I'm an ordinary salaryman working for a decent company. I clock out on time, get paid a decent salary, and though I don't have a girlfriend, I'm perfectly happy. My stepfather's business is a local wholesale company. What a gloomy place. Even the employees look unmotivated. No one even greeted me when I arrived, and there's no energy in the air. A family-run business with this kind of atmosphere. With a growing sense of dread, I head towards the office.
You must be my new stepbrother.
Midori Takaiwa, my stepsister apparently. She's sizing me up like I'm some kind of prize bull.
Honestly, I don't really get having a stepbrother at my age.
Couldn't agree more. Take it up with our parents.
How rude. Frankly, I don't like guys like you.
That's too bad. Okay, so my stepsister and I are in the same boat here. I could understand her attitude to an extent, since it was our first meeting. Quit your current job and come work here. It's only natural since you're practically my son now. But Kunihiko Takaiwa, the man who's now my stepfather, has an entirely different idea of what's natural. I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you mean. We haven't even gone through with the adoption papers. I'm perfectly satisfied with my current job. Besides, is that any way to speak to someone you've just met for the first time? I was hoping for a slightly more civil greeting, but this is disappointing. You! How dare you speak to me like that? You'll regret this. I don't know who you think you are, but what power do you actually have over me? The only ones you can boss around are the employees of this tiny company. I shouldn't stoop to his level, but I can't help myself. He's really getting under my skin. Get out, and don't ever show your face to me again. And so, our first meeting was an absolute disaster. A complete waste of time. A few days after that fiasco, I ran into Midori again.
What are you doing here?
I work for one of the leading food companies in this area. As the new chief of the purchasing department, I'm here to discuss potential business opportunities.
Well, it would be a big deal if we could land a contract with a company of their size.
So about that.
Hey, what are you doing?
Sorry. I just thought...
Yeah, just like that.
Please leave through the back.
That's not what I meant. What kind of attitude is that? Kicking me out without even hearing me out?
Midori shoots me a sharp glare. Well, I thought maybe we didn't need to talk.
You're here for a sales pitch. How can you not even talk?
Well, you see, who was it that did something similar just the other day?
Well, that's because you picked a fight with my dad. And besides, you should separate your personal life from work. Come on, don't tell me you're going to miss a business opportunity. We might have something good here.
Well, that's only true if we both feel there's something to gain by spending our time. Besides, you never know who's going to be your customer. A former employee could become a valuable client tomorrow. You were the one who shut down the opportunity in the first place. And with that, I turned her down, telling her I didn't think her company was trustworthy. As expected, my stepfather called me that night. He was furious when he heard my less than thrilled tone. You insolent brat! How dare you send my daughter away without even listening to her? It's only right to do business with family. Right by Fu. Your attitude is the problem here. I hung up on him and called my mother.
Hello?
It wasn't my mother who answered. It was my stepsister Midori. Why do you have my mom's phone?
I'm cleaning up right now.
Okay, I'll call back later.
Oh, wait! Listen, I'm sorry about earlier.
What?
I was mad at first, but then I calmed down and realized I was being unreasonable. I understand how you felt now, so I'm sorry.
Midori apologized sincerely, which surprised me. Whether she meant it or not, I was somewhat impressed. So she can apologize properly. When my mother got on the phone, I asked her why she married that man. Apparently, he's an old friend and acts completely different around her. And my mom, well, she's a strong woman. That old man, his whole demeanor changes depending on who he's talking to. Unbelievable. Some people become arrogant when they think they have power over others. It's disgusting to see up close. So, you're back. My company has a policy of listening to all sales pitches. Of course, we show the door to individual insurance and housing agents. But when it comes to wholesalers, we hear them out. Company policy.
I already apologized. Can't you at least hear me out?
Hold on a second, Midori. Didn't you say you hated me?
Yeah, I still do. I don't like guys like you. You're not cute at all.
She didn't even hesitate. So, how may I help you today?
At least give us a chance.
With those words, she bowed deeply, presenting me with a quote. Midori, tell me honestly, can you trust someone you hate?
That's difficult.
Especially if that person is the president of the company you were trying to do business with. A company that you badmouthed earlier.
I understand. Please, just take a look at the quote. I'll leave once you do.
In the end, I gave in and took the quote. In sales, you get all sorts of reactions once you show the client the quote. Their level of interest, their thoughts on the price and delivery time, whether they actually need the product, it's all valuable information. This means that just by getting me to take the quote, she's already achieved something. It's a win for her. Well, the price isn't bad, the delivery time is fast, and she clearly did her research on the products we use.
Really? Then, would you at least consider it?
We agreed that I would just look at it. Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm just saying it's not bad. Honestly, it really wasn't bad. At least she has good judgment. By the way, who prepared this quote?
I did.
I see. Maybe she's more capable than I thought. Out of curiosity, why is the president's daughter directly handling sales calls?
I quit my old job, so someone had to do it.
Don't tell me that old man wanted me to work at his company because they were short-staffed. Companies of a certain size usually run credit checks before entering into business with new clients. My company is no different. I used Midori's quote as a pretext to run a background check on her company. High employee turnover, low profit margins. There was even a record of them losing a lawsuit filed by a former employee. Their credit rating was abysmal. Doing business with them was practically impossible. Well, that's what I expected. There might be a way to salvage this, but I certainly don't feel obliged to help that man, not that stepfather. Ugh. One evening on my day off, I bumped into Midori on the street.
What's with that? That's no way to talk to your stepsister.
Hello to you too, goodbye.
Hey, wait a minute. This is perfect. I was just looking for you.
Huh? Hey! Midori smoothly links her arm with mine.
Come on, play along. Here, have a drink.
What are you playing at? She brought me to a nearby izakaya with a relaxed atmosphere.
This is business.
This is our personal time. I'm not talking shop.
Yeah, me neither. Consider this fate. We are step-siblings after all. We're both adults. It's not weird for family to have a drink together, right?
Family, huh? We're only family on paper.
You really have no redeeming qualities, but I guess this is what it means to have a stepbrother.
She stares at me intently as she says that.
Another employee just quit, and I have to pick up the slack again.
An hour passed, and as she started getting tipsy, her work complaints began.
It's tough for a small business like ours. It's hard to find people even when we put out ads.
Then why not create an environment where they don't want to quit?
Impossible! It's pointless to try and motivate unmotivated people. My dad's always yelling about how inefficient they are.
Maybe that's why they're unmotivated in the first place.
Honestly, they have no guts, no work ethic.
If you could solve everything with tough love, everyone would be successful. It may not be everything, but these are common problems for small family-run businesses. A few days later, Midori showed up at my company again for another sales pitch.
We're now offering a new product and I wanted to introduce it to you. It's a larger food container compared to our previous offerings, and the price is lower too. If you're interested, I can provide you with some samples.
So she's trying to break into the market by targeting niche products other companies aren't focusing on, huh? Once a business account is established, it opens up more opportunities. That's probably her plan. The price is certainly competitive, and it does address a need we've been having. At the very least, this could be profitable for us. She has a good eye for opportunity, and her persistence is admirable. Those are good qualities for a salesperson. Yeah, I think this quote has potential.
So?
But we're going to have to decline doing business with you.
What?
Midori's eyes widen in shock. I ran a credit check on your company. To put it mildly, your company's situation is not one that inspires confidence for opening a business account.
What? Why would you do a credit check without telling me?
It's standard procedure for companies to manage risk. Credit information is critical in the business world. These days, it's easy to look up a company's track record, employee turnover, profit margins, and even legal history. For a small to medium-sized business to lose a lawsuit filed by its own employees, that's a huge red flag. It's basically broadcasting to the world that your company doesn't care about compliance.
But that's an internal issue. It's different from how we treat our clients.
It's the same thing. If you can't treat your own employees right, how can anyone trust you to treat outsiders any better? At the very least, that's what most people would think.
But...
Midori remained silent, seemingly struck by my words.
Why? How can this be? I don't get it. I'm working as hard as I can. How can we be rejected just because of some credit information?
It's just how the business world works. She should already know that. But I understand why she's upset. It's hard to accept when you're emotionally invested. And when the root cause is your own family, especially your father. Well, I can only imagine how she must feel. Huh. I let out a small sigh. I wasn't planning on telling her anything. I think I might be starting to feel a little bad for her. There's a way to do business with you, even if it's not directly with us. A few days later, I received a fax with the same quote Midori had given me earlier. I stamped it with my approval. Of course, it still needs to go through my department for final approval, but...
Yes, thank you, Shinji. This is our first order. Your company is our first client.
A few days later, Midori came to see me again, ecstatic. I know, I'm the one who placed the order. What I told Midori wasn't rocket science. I simply gave her the contact information for one of her distributors. Because of her company's credit history, we couldn't do business directly with them. However, this particular distributor already had an established business relationship with us. So I suggested that she reach out to them and conduct business indirectly through them. It's a common sales tactic, but it seems like she was only focused on securing direct clients. Well, congratulations! A week later, my stepfather was hospitalized after suffering a stroke. They said he needed surgery. Obviously, the company had to keep running even without him.
I'll take care of everything. I have to.
She was determined, but the employees were already unhappy. Out of 22 employees, 10 of them immediately handed in their resignation letters.
Please wait. Don't leave. Let's all work together.
No way. I'm done with you and your father. Me too. We get paid peanuts to be bossed around. I'm better off at a different company. I heard about it later. How, you ask?
Excuse me, but is there any way you could increase your order volume from our company?
Midori came to see me, explaining the situation and bowing her head low. It seemed that the disgruntled former employees had been spreading negative reviews about the company on job hunting websites. As a result, they were struggling to attract new hires, and even worse, their major clients started cutting ties with them. It seems like all their chickens have come home to roost. If they've lost their major clients, it's only a matter of time. I'm just a purchasing chief. I don't have the authority to make decisions about increasing order volumes.
But my dad's collapsed, and the company, I have to do something.
That's what I'm talking about. Trust is important, not just with clients, but also with the people within your own company.
What should I do? At this rate, the company, it's going to go bankrupt. What should I do? I don't know what the right answer is anymore.
I watched Midori sob, trying to decide what to do. It would be easy to walk away, to tell her I can't help, and be done with it. But I don't have any ill feelings towards Midori anymore. And as for my stepfather, well, he's another story. It's not that I want to go back to my old days, but fine, I'll help you.
What?
Let me be clear, turning this company around is a long shot. Don't come crying to me if you can't handle it.
What are you talking about?
Just do as I say, until I join this company. From today onwards, I, Shinji Uragami, will be acting as a consultant for this company. I took the next day off and stood before the employees of Midori's company. As you all know, the company is in dire straits. I'm sure some of you are considering leaving. But please, give me a little time. I promise I can turn things around.
Please.
You see, my previous job was a business consultant. The first step was to understand the company's situation. I started by reviewing their financial statements and expenses. What in the world? Exorbitant entertainment expenses at hostess clubs, questionable travel costs, even personal living expenses disguised as business expenses. And what's with the ridiculously high executive compensation for you and your father? This is ridiculous.
Well, you see...
This is gonna be more difficult than I thought. I had to cut back on executive pay, and that meant reducing your salaries too. Next, I had individual meetings with each employee. I asked Midori to excuse herself for these. I promised to improve your working conditions and reinstate your previous wages. In the meantime, please tell me about your previous work experiences, your skills, and anything else you think is relevant. I had to improve the employees' treatment. Any more resignations, and this company would truly be beyond saving. I'm beat. 12 interviews take it out of you. Morning was spent grasping their financial situation. The afternoon was dedicated to interviews. As expected, there was a lot of dissatisfaction.
You worked hard. And I was hoping to buy that new thing next month.
Those in charge should be the first ones to make sacrifices. If the company goes bankrupt, you won't be able to afford anything.
Yes.
And Midori, call tomorrow and cancel all of these.
What are these?
Useless insurance policies, unnecessary internet contracts. Looks like someone's been signing anything put in front of them without a second thought. It's a common tactic, you know? Make you think they're getting you a better deal, and then lock you into a new contract.
There are so many. Thank you. Just by cutting these, our expenses are significantly lower, aren't they?
It would be nice if everything could be fixed in a day. And so began my double life, my regular job during the day, followed by consulting for Midori's company every night. When answering the phone, please pick up within 3 rings. Speak slowly and clearly, and don't forget to state the company name. I convinced the employees to participate in after-hours training sessions by offering them overtime pay, making it clear they weren't just working unpaid overtime. Next, I restructured the company, reassigning employees based on their skills and experience. Why is a former salesperson who was hired for his experience in sales stuck in logistics? Apparently, my stepfather decided to arbitrarily change his job title upon hearing him. No wonder everyone's so disgruntled. That's just cruel. Midori suggested we branch out into online sales since they already had a wide range of products.
Nothing's selling.
It's a brand new website. It takes time to gain traction.
Ah! We got an order!
Really?
Shinji, we landed a new client today. They're going to give our products a try.
That's great news! 3 months in, and we were finally seeing some signs of improvement. Midori had a natural talent for sales, and I think seeing the management actively making changes had a positive impact on everyone.
Well, yeah, but...
Some time has passed, and she's now the president of the company. And my stepfather?
I have to work harder than my father ever did. No, I have to surpass him.
I think anyone could do better than him. The bar is pretty low.
Quiet, you. This is about my mindset.
So yeah, Kunihiro Takaiwa, my stepfather, retired. The surgery was a success, but he was left with paralysis as a side effect. His speech was also affected, making it difficult for him to communicate. As a result, he had no choice but to retire and hand over the company to his daughter Midori.
Speaking of which, one of our clients mentioned something interesting today. They said you used to be a highly sought-after consultant. I was surprised to hear your name pop up like that.
I guess there are still people who remember me.
They said they were indebted to you. So tell me, why did you quit consulting?
Because it was a toxic work environment.
What?
Ironic, isn't it? A consultant working for a black company, stuck working late nights with unpaid overtime. I knew I had to leave before I destroyed my health.
I see. But thanks to that, we got to know each other and you helped save our company.
Got to know each other, huh? You hated me at first.
Well, yeah. I thought you were a rude jerk. But now, I think I'm falling for you. I want you by my side, both as a family member and as a man.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
We've been through a lot together. Be prepared, Shinji. I'm going to make you mine.
And with that declaration, she made her intentions clear. Midori had become a new kind of president, one who valued her employees.
Sure, I'm free next Wednesday, so let me know if we can make it work.
The employees had come to rely on her, and the atmosphere in the company was drastically different.
Okay, I'm here for the delivery.
Why are you here to make the delivery? You're the president. You're busy. Yet there she was, at my company again, with another excuse.
Well, I came to see your face, do a little sales pitch on the side, and to see your face.
You said that twice.
Just sign here, and make sure to use your full name.
Wait a minute, is this a marriage registration form?
It's a receipt.
Don't try to trick me. Give me a real receipt.
This is a real receipt.
A receipt for what?
A receipt for me, Midori Takaiwa, to claim you as mine. Now hurry up and sign it.
Honestly, every time.
I told you, didn't I? I'm going to make you my husband, no matter what it takes. One day, we'll be husband and wife, running a successful company together. That's my dream, and I won't let you escape.
Her advances were getting bolder by the day. How long could I resist? Perhaps that future wasn't so far off after all.
Hi guys, thank you for watching this episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. I loved this cute story. I really wish Midori and Shinji all the best in their future together, and I hope Midori achieves her dream of owning a thriving business with Shinji. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video!